James Deakins and his wife Amy lead a very comfortable lifestyle in an upscale Toronto neighborhood. But their lives are turned upside down when an unseen stranger starts watching their every move, 24 hours a day.
Hey Deacon, you scared me. But I left you outside. Come here.
You're watching Canadian Film Review on Press Plus One. We're at Landmark Cinema's Globe Theatre in Calgary. My name is Trevor Alberts.
I'm Mardan, and today we're reviewing 388 Arletta Avenue.
This is a really creepy film, I think.
Creepy.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing is told from the vantage point of surveillance cameras that are placed throughout the houses and vehicles of this couple in Toronto. And the person who planted these cameras is messing around with their minds by planting things into their house.
It's a fantastic concept. How it translated, I didn't feel, as much engaged in the film, and I really felt that was a large portion of it falling short. But yeah, it was definitely a creepy film. It had Nick Stahl playing James, and he was pretty much most of the surveillance. Yeah. Seeing him uncoil. His wife at the start of the film, Amy, is there, and we see her briefly for a little while, and then all of a sudden she just goes missing. And it took him so long to kind of get invested in the fact that she was gone. It was a bit confusing as to whether she'd gone on a holiday or whether, she had
left him,
she'd left him, and it seemed so unclear as to what she was doing that there was no threat.
Yeah, I mean, even after she left, the ways that this stalker was messing with James were rather banal. It was, changing his playlist on iTunes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or
which would be very creepy.
Oh yeah, that's the worst thing I could imagine. or replacing his cat with another cat that looked identical. Yeah. This was the extent to the madness, that this crazy person could enact. So I think if they had ramped up the kinds of activities that this unseen threat was posing on James, it could have been extremely unnerving.
Well, and towards the last 15 minutes of the film, we really see James go way over the top, and he starts to become a little bit more violent, and he's really going to be calculating, and you think finally he's going to be a little bit more calculating about getting this person who has this surveillance on him, who could have kidnapped his wife. And it would have been nice to have seen more of that, previously. I mean, if this was a horror genre or a thriller or a suspense, it took too long to build. On that premise, I gave it 2 stars out of 5.
I gave it 3, and I completely agree with what you're saying, and I think I rated it a little better just because I like this kind of a film, and I think that it had a lot of merit and deserved to be made. I just wish that it would have been a lot more suspenseful, and I think the lack of that also comes from the exact same thing you're talking about, which is most of the time we're just watching these wide shots, shot from high above, of this character James just trying to figure things out.
Yeah. You can read our reviews of 388 Arletta Avenue on the Press Plus One Canadian Film section. We want to hear what you have to say, so leave a comment and let us know what was the last great Canadian film you watched.